Hello, everyone. Today we'll learn about human reproduction. So this is a P5 topic, and students need to understand what is meant by sexual reproduction and also the parts of the male reproductive systems of the human. So you can see here, there are only two organs. On the right is stated here, penis. On the left is testes. So if we turn to the next page, these are the functions which you need to remember. Normally, they will ask you to state either in multiple choice questions, you choose options 1, 2, 3, 4, or in the open-ended. So, like for this part, what is the function? Is to deposit the sperm into the vagina, which is the female reproductive organs. So you highlight this part because this is commonly tested. And the other one, which is even more commonly tested, is this organ, testes. Okay, this is the organ of the male reproductive system, and the primary function is to produce sperm. As you can see here, testes. And the plural is spelled in this way. So there are two testes, one on the right, one on the left. And why is it on the external part of the body? There's a reason for that, which is stated here. Because at the external body, you normally when you get fever, right, the doctor measures your temperature through your ear, right? This thermometer out through your forehead. So at the external body, it has a lower temperature. Okay, this allows for the easier production and storage of sperm because the human reproductive sperm, right, is sensitive to temperature. If it exceeds certain temperature, the sperm will die. But this is not commonly tested, but it's good to know why it is at the external part of the body and not internal part. Okay, so next you need to know this sperm has a tail, and the tail is for it to swim towards the egg when it's deposited into the vagina of the female reproductive organ. Okay, so they have actually removed the cells topic in P5, right? That's why this part is not necessary to know, the nucleus. It will not be tested, but it's good to know that this nucleus is like the brain, like a human brain. It controls the movement of the sperm. Okay, and this nucleus also contains the genes. Okay, this genes is from the male. Okay, the male genes. Okay, later we'll know what happened when they fuse together. You can actually see one YouTube video, which I will perhaps share partially, not the whole video, due to copyright issue. Okay, so next is the female reproductive system. You have the ovary, you have the womb, also called uterus sometimes, uterus in the US syllabus, and the vagina, this part. So again, these are the functions you need to know. The ovary is to produce egg. Okay, the egg. The womb is the part where the fertilized egg grow and develops. And finally, the vagina is, there are two functions, is where the sperms are deposited and also where the fetus develops. Fetus means the unborn child develops in the womb, right? It will come out through the vagina. That's mean the baby head usually comes out first when it's up to the term for delivery. So you can see here, this is a magnified diagram of the woman's egg and also has a nucleus. So both the sperm, which is this from the male reproductive cell, this is from the female. Both the male and female reproductive cells have the nucleus. So the nucleus will contain the genes from the female, from the mother. Okay, so this part, it contains hereditary information. Hereditary information means the genes. Like for example, like a child that's born, right? You will see maybe he or she will resemble like 50% the father's characteristics, 50% the mother's characteristics. Because these genes, right, from the nucleus, when they fuse together, when they join, right, they share the genetic characteristics of both parents. So how does this develop? Okay, the development of a fertilized egg into a baby is a step by step. So this part is, they mentioned when a male and female mate means they having this sexual relationship, many sperms are deposited into the vagina of the female. Okay, according to the video, which you will see later, is about maybe 100 million sperm. Okay, 100 million. But only about perhaps 100 to 200 will go near to this. Okay, because some of them, actually many of them die along the way. So about 100 to 200 sperm will reach the external of the egg. But only one, normally only one, will go inside. Okay, so when they go inside, it's called fuse. Okay, this process is called fertilization. Okay, take note of this, make a highlight of this. Fertilization occurs when one sperm fuse with the egg. Actually, all the other sperms will die. Okay, some student may ask, Mr. Yu, what about twins? Okay, there are two types of twins. Later you can see the video. One is called the identical twins. Okay, identical twins is like one sperm fuses one egg. But later, as the egg develop, they will split into two. And then these two will enlarge in size and they become two identical twins. So identical twins, they must be of the same gender. That means both must be either boy or both must be girl. Okay, that's called identical twins. I believe you have seen some identical twins in your life, right? Maybe in your school. And I heard recently from parents in MOE school nowadays, they try to separate identical twins from the same class. Yeah, usually after primary four. If they are identical twins in a school, the school try to put them away in different classes so that they won't confuse the teacher. Okay, then the other type is fraternal twins. Fraternal twins mean two sperm, they fertilize two eggs. So when the child is born, it can be one boy, one girl. It can be both girl and both boys. So in the past years of my teaching experience, I've taught fraternal twins before. That's mean they come to my class, they are same age, but one child is from MGS, Methodist Girls School. The other boy is from Pei Hua Presbyterian Primary School. So one boy, one girl. I taught fraternal twins before. So this one you can see in the YouTube video later. So when this develop, it's called an embryo. Okay, embryo means fertilized egg. Okay, so when the sperm fuses with the egg, when it's fertilized, it's called an embryo. And this will undergo cell division. Cell division means they increase many, many times. Okay, from one into thousands and thousands to 10,000s. Okay, the other thing you need to know is this word, umbilical cord, which I put here, keyword. Okay, umbilical cord, later you see. The next page, I want you to fill in the blank in this part. So you learn the spelling, try to don't see the spelling and transfer over here. Okay, umbilical cord is the passage, right, whereby the fetus is this word here, fetus means unborn child, obtain oxygen and food from the mother's body. Okay, at the same time, because the baby or the fetus will produce waste, right? So the waste is also removed to the umbilical cord. So like a two-way lane. From the mother, the fetus receive oxygen and digested food. Then for the child need to like urine or excrete the waste, right? It's also through the umbilical cord. And also during respiration, the fetus produce carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide also goes through the umbilical cord to the mother for removal. Okay, so umbilical cord. And this one quite interestingly, go back and find out your birth certificate or how old and how heavy were you? If you can remember, you can fill out this blank here. I think for my child, I got four children. My heaviest child was 3.93, 3.93, almost 4 kilogram. My firstborn. And next, the baby developed inside the womb, right? So normally you stay in the womb for a fully developed fetus. It takes 9 months. Okay, 9 months. And this is actually a very simple passage or topic on human reproduction. So this is the general part, and later we'll go through some questions, helping students to understand some of the uh, complications faced in reproduction because there are some application questions. So today I've just gone through the overall of the human reproduction or reproduction in human. So do take note of the functions of the various organs. For the male, there are two parts, one, two. Okay. name the parts and also the function. And also the purpose of the tail is for the sperm to swim. Female one, there are three here. And also this part, where do they carry the genetic information is in the nucleus. So normally this word is tested in the multiple choice. They ask you in which part of the cell does it contain the genes or hereditary information. So, and what is fertilization, and how does the fetus get food and oxygen from the mother? Is through the umbilical cord. So this is a brief introduction of the human reproduction, and I wish you well in your revision and also attempting the multiple choice question which follows soon. Thank you.